Okay, people, beautiful people, long time no see. There's no relationship greater than Netra. I didn't say your mother. I didn't say your daddy. I didn't say your wife. I didn't say your girlfriend. I didn't say your kids. I didn't say none of these things. I didn't say money. I didn't say your house. I said there's no greater relationship than Netra, the Great Spirit. Some say the universe. Some say God. But in African culture, we say Netra. There's no greater relationship. When you put your energy into people, places, and things, it's going to be some disappointment. It's going to be some disagreements. It's going to be some failures. It's going to be some adjustments you have to make. It's going to be all type of things. But when you put your devotion into the Great Spirit, what we call Netra, Netta, in my culture, or the universe, or God, there's no man, no woman, no nothing to stop you. Because that internal fire, that internal happiness, that internal peace is everlasting. It will kill the beast. The beast will try to steal your peace through your family, through your kids, through your wife, through your girlfriend, and through material things. Anyway, the beast, and that beast is the opposite mind. It's the opposite force. It's the opposite energy. The same energy that surrounds you, me, him, her, that tells you to do this and say, this ain't good. Soon as you follow the beast, you follow that thought, the opposite force that tell you you ain't gonna be nothing, your self-esteem is low. Now you see why the greatest relationship is with Netra. It's with the universal forces, the one, the all, the one that's part of you. You never separate from the force. So when you separate yourself from the force and have no relationship, and that's through a man-made book. But even in your man-made book, your Bible, your Quran, it speaks metaphysics. It tells you the kingdom of heaven is within. So it tells you about relationship with the beast. I mean, with the Great Spirit. It tells you about that. And so if it tell you about that and you misinterpret it and you misunderstand, you see why you fail. So what fail you is a misunderstanding of what spirituality is. Spirituality gives you power. It's a powerful force. It's self-help. It's self-love. It's never supposed to destroy you or destruct you. All that so-called witchcraft that magic people call themselves doing, it comes back to bite them in the ass. Because yes, it have you with a strong belief and things do happen through manifestation, but it bite them in the ass because they don't know what they're getting into. They don't even know who they are. A lot of people who do these things don't even know who they are. If they knew that, they'd know that they are magic themselves. They don't need witchcraft. They are magic. I can speak affirmation, things will happen. They happen many times. I can write it and things will happen. I manifest things. So once you know that, you can protect yourself with a force that's unknown, the man, the unknown, the woman, unknown to anything. Because this force is you a part of, and you can direct it, and you can guide it. Just like with spirits. It can't get into your aura unless you let it come in, unless you let it break you, unless you let it rape you, unless you let it stop you. And so you got to put it into it. Say, no way, you ain't getting in here. And staying strong on it, because sooner or later, you'll be a tough cookie when it comes to the spiritual realm. Is nothing could stop you or take you in the peace of happiness. Not say you won't have emotion, because in the human flesh you will error. You will, because it's part of us being on this earth, having the error and correcting the error. You can't have one without the other, the duality nature. But it's how you go about handling things when it come down and boil down. to this life. Even with your emotions, ain't what you do. It's how you handle it. It's you know what I'm saying? It ain't what you do, it's how you handle it. It's how you handle it. That's how you handle any situation. When you're angry, you don't punch nobody, you don't hit nobody. You put it into creative work. You put it into something that's positive, and you get some perspective out of that teach you your triggers. We all have triggers. We all have triggers. But only a warrior can make it through them triggers, through them storms, and find ways to combat the opposite force that's so powerful. But you are also a powerful force once you train yourself and master your energy vortexes, your energy centers, the way the energy flow through you. Through meditation is the key. You work your powers and tap into the unknown spirits that people ain't never thought of. But only a few can do this. Many could, but only a few will do this. You see? Many could do this, but only a few would do this. Everyone has the potential, but not all would do this. You see? So people who have them gifts, you have to understand your gift and master it, keep every day. And understand that relationship with the divine spirit, which we call Netra, a Netra in my culture. Some call the divine spirit, all type of name. You know, the universal forces, the same forces within your nature. If you can control your emotions, if you can control things in your nature, you also can become one with the elements and help control other things as part of the outer world. So with that being said, it starts within though. It starts within. You can become one with the wind, one with the water, one with the sun. You say, how is that? Because you had the same energy within you. And you are this energy. You go to different elements of this energy. Even through your emotions, it's the water, you know. And when you're angry, that's the storm. That's that fire. You know what I'm saying? That's within you. So you are a part of this nature. Just like a storm, you get mad. Just like when the sun come out, you're happy. Like when it rains, you're sad, you cry, right? So when you look at nature for what it is, you look at your nature, you can correlate with it as one. So with this being said, there's no greater feeling than a relationship with the divine. It's not your girlfriend gonna make you happy until your woman. It's not your boyfriend gonna make you happy. It's not your husband gonna make you happy. It have to be you. It starts with you. You the only person that can make yourself happy. Nobody else can make you happy. Nobody else can bring you that peace. So all of you listening right now, understand this. Don't look for happiness in another person. Don't look for happiness in money. Don't look for happiness in houses. Don't look for happiness in anyone but yourself. It starts with you first. Work on yourself first, and you can evolve, beautiful people. It starts with you. Remember that. You. Ain't nobody can save you but you. It ain't no spooky fairy tale creature who they say Jesus, which we know this is metaphysics. It's not none of these fairy tale creatures who can save you. Only you can save you due to how you think and due to how you discipline yourself, how you master yourself, how you take this knowledge and how you apply this knowledge. There's nothing to save you in this world but you, beautiful people. If people tell you anything other, they done lied already. You see, everything is a illusion. Your politics is a game. Religion is a game. Everybody make you capitalize and making money off these things. You see, your music industry is a game, but the game is so demonic and so destructive that it makes you don't want to be rich. All these rappers getting killed. It makes you don't want to be rich. And every city got its energy of killing. You know what I mean? Every city got its energy of killing. Why is that force so strong? Because so much killing and battles going on, and this is why people go through things and they see spirits, and this is why your oppressors see spirits, because what their ancestors have done to our people. But also our people go through it because they lost their mind, and this is why. You know what I'm saying? So all across America, it's chaos, 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 chaos. And this is how they control us as a people, as one, through chaos. Why chaos? Chaos called destruction, but chaos, they can build you and destroy you. But through chaos, they get paid. You know what I mean? They make you don't know, you be so confused that you don't know who you are. You moving around. See, once you know yourself, if you have 2-3 million people know themselves, which I know we probably got about 1 million today who know themselves. Might have 2 million today who know themselves. Might have 3 million, 10 million. 10 million ain't nothing out of billions of people. That's still the few. Even 10, 20 million people. And today we have people who know themselves. But if everyone knew themselves, just imagine how peaceful and how everyone could get along good. Just imagine. Everybody operate on a nature base, not man-made government base. Govern your mind base. It'll be nature based. The nature is that you're a part of, the nature that you made of, the nature that you eat off and that you feed off and that you drink off. And so a lot of people, they come to me and they be like, voodoo? I say, I eat that. I eat magic. I'm not scared of none of that. Why would I be scared of something that I'm already are? Why would you be scared of something that you already are? You're already magical. You see? The elements, that's what we're a part of. It's the combination of elements, of speaking it and understanding how to manipulate it is how you win. You see? And then in our coach is called Patar. You know what I'm saying? Patar, which is Hika. Patar, not a word that Hika, the performer of energy. We always knew about energy. We always knew about vibration. We always was the performer of energy. You see? When we lost our essence and our way, and we had people to replace it with their thinking and their mind. This is why we're not right today. And it still got a major effect today. And the way you win, I'm going to tell you how everybody can win. But a lot of people got to do this. Wake up. Know thyself. Apply every day. You see? You won't give a darn about the politics. You won't give a darn about this system. They won't have nothing to play. They won't have no money to feed off. You know what I'm saying? So they have to get it other ways. Everybody wake up. So you won't be into religion. You won't be into their money making games. So that way, if we can all grow and create our farms, you know what I'm saying? We can all do this. We will win. But we got to know ourselves first. The first step. Don't let nobody fool you. They will tell you to go to battle and go to war. But why would you go to battle and you go to war? You don't know how to go to war. You don't know how to go to battle. So you first got to know yourself so you can train your mind so your mind could know how to operate. So you can live by intelligence. So you can live by your intuition. So you can live by your skills and your abilities so you can be on point. So your mind got to be on point. You got to really feel that divine. When you feel that divine with you, that spirit, then you get your training essence, train your physical, and then you're ready to go. You know what I mean? So you got to know yourself first. They tell you backwards. They tell you, oh, black people need to go out there and do this and do that. No, black people need to know themselves, get their mind right. Because your mind ain't right, you can't do nothing. That's just like you got a cousin, or you got a brother, you got a sister. You tell them to go get a job. But their mind not right. You're not checking on their mind. You just come holler at them, but you're not checking on their mind. The first thing I do, I check on their mind, make sure they're all right. So you okay? You good? But a lot of people, they don't check on the mind. Their mind stay and where they at mentally. They be like, you need to get a job. You need to do this. You need to do that. Be hard on their kids and stuff. But nobody asks the question, is you all right? You see, you can force a person to go get that job, but they ain't gonna last because their mind not right. Your mind might be suffering for something. You see. So you got to be mentally strong first. The mind is all. When I say the mind is powerful, while we in this flesh, that's why it's needed in this flesh. The mind is needed in this flesh to guide us. You know what I mean? You gotta understand, we came into the world through intuition, through our heart, through what we feel. Like babies, they understand when you're cracking a joke. They'll laugh and giggle, or they'll giggle. They understand when you're playing with them. That's their intuition, you see? So as we continue to develop ourselves, our mind develop. And then as our mind develop, when we get older, we live mostly by intuition. A lot of older folks live by their intuition. Also, they are intelligent too, But as you get older, they're more about your intuition. You know what I mean? Or what you know, your experience. I just know this, I know that. You know what I'm saying? I can feel it. You know what I'm saying? So they go back into how they were born, you know, to that state. So with that being said, y'all gotta understand that there's no relationship better than the divine. There's no relationship harder than the divine. Not even your girlfriend, not even your wife, and to you females, not even your boyfriend or your husband. It's the divine spirit. And you say, why are you not happy? Because you're not happy. You got to be happy. I'm happy regardless of what relationship I'm in. It could be family, it could be girlfriend, it could be wife, it could be whatever. I'm gonna be happy. You see, because that inner peace is there. That will never leave. Once you know yourself, you know what I'm saying. What will get you down or anybody down is when you're trying to help others, and it's hard to help them, and you're doing all you could to help others. You're breaking your neck, and you feeding into their energy now, and you sad because you can't heal them. You want to heal them. You know you got all the powers. You healthy, and you feeling good, and you straight. You good. You know what I mean? You good, but other people, it's just hard to help. It's hard, and so now you going through. You might be crying like because you feel sorry for this person. I've been through all that. Yeah, because you know once you heal and you healthy, and you know you got powers, you want to help people. Everybody's powers is their gifts. I mean, so you want to help people with your gifts, with your powers, your skills, and what you're good at. But when people don't accept it, or it's hard to help them, and they got a fixed mind, and they don't want to change, that's the hardest feeling ever. That's the hardest feeling ever. So, the wisdom of that is you gonna learn that the people that you can't help or who love their error, let them stay in their error, let them live in it. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, you'll burn yourself out, you overwork yourself. See, we always go overboard for people. You can see that they don't want to change. You still try. It don't work like that. You got to put your energy into people who wants to change, who really willing to listen, who really want to heal. That's when it will work. It's not going to work other than that, beautiful people. It's not going to work at all. So we must learn this wisdom. See, you will learn in life. See, life will teach you. And so the same wisdom in Kemetic science, or the proverb, which is about loving those in error. That same proverbs, it say those who love their error, leave them in their error. And that's the true proverbs. Those who love their error, leave them in their error. Why? Because if you don't, you're going to burn yourself out, and you're going to become one of them. Because they are the outer world. Everybody who around you is the outer world. Your inner world, a lot of times get blocked due to other people thinking in the outer world. You're taking in what your mom say. You're taking in what your daddy say. You're taking in what your husband say. You're taking in what your wife or girlfriend say. You're taking in what your kids. You're taking in what everybody say around you. Your kids, everybody. So you're just taking it in. So the inner world is blocked because you listen to what they say instead of listening to your inner world. When you listen to what the outer world say, this is when you lose. Not to say that you shouldn't listen to their wisdom, but if it's a lot of negative out there, you know what I'm saying, and you feed into the negativity of the outer world, that's when you will lose. Now, if you got wisdom in the outer world that leading you on a journey, you might need that energy. But you taking in that negative energy, you have to listen to your inner world. Your inner world means a lot. A lot of us, we block it out because we pay attention because people call you ugly, or they call you fat, or they call you all these different names, and really it's meaningless. Them just names because it's temporary. You know what I mean? You're not even in your body. You're not even none of that. So why the world you taking on what people say? Listen to what they say about you. Say your lips big, your hips big, this and that, this and that. I mean, we all was made in different bodies. Everybody error. Everybody got a flaw. And so even those who you call pretty, they got a flaw. They might be some of the prettiest things in the world, but they don't have a lick of 2 cents. So what do that mean? You know, everybody got a flaw. Even though, so if you don't have a lick of 2 cents, how you gonna navigate? How you gonna get somebody who's, you know, who really up there, you know? So Everybody got an error. Everybody flaw. So it's not even about the body, because after a while, what I learned through my experience, the first, when I was on that lower frequency, it was, oh, she looked good. You want to holler, but you find out as you walk up to the woman and holler at her, about 2 minutes, she don't got a lick of 2 cents. And I found out that I'm not really interested in the body anyway. It's the mind, it's the mental stipulation, and it's the soul, the kind heart. You know what I'm saying? I can feel her soul feel good to me, stuff like that. I'm not even into the body, stuff like that. But a lot of times I put that on I used to put that on my page because it affect people. I do things to see how people gonna react. I already know how they're gonna react before they react. I might put a motto on there. They go crazy. Really, it's meaningless. Because a woman want to look good, you judge her, but you put a white girl on there, she don't get that same judgment, you see? But everybody be blaming racism. You see what I'm saying? Racism ain't the key. It's knowing yourself is the key. It's your relationship with the divine. You don't have no relationship with the divine. Majority of the people in this world, I don't care if it's preacher, deacon, I don't care who it is. A majority of people in the world don't have a relationship with the divine. Religion don't teach you a relationship with the divine. It teach you to ask. It teach you to beg to the divine, not to become one with the divine, not to say I'm part of the divine, but to separate you from the divine. And so this is why people lose their mind. You see, this is why people go crazy, and that's the majority of the world. So that being said, we know about the Freemason. That's what's going on. They've been going on since a lot of people been in America, slaves, since the oppressors was in America, they brought that Freemasonry here, but they stole a lot of knowledge from Kemet. We all know that, right? So, but they made it their own thing. Because they stole the knowledge, don't mean they're gonna use it just like our ancestors use it. So they're gonna change it up and create their own off it. So it's the idea that they made off of ours, you see? So we would like the blueprint. So with that being said, you gotta understand, Freemasonry is everywhere, all in the industry, taking over your record companies. They're everywhere. That's why all this demonic stuff going on. You see, yeah, and they'll tell you that they honor the same thing as the white Freemasons, and so this is why it's gonna be hard for black people anyway to fight against the oppressors. How you gonna fight against oppressors when you're leading blacks who got good jobs, high paying jobs, who got good positions, managers who very skilled. They working with the white man, they're working with the oppressors. So that being said, that's a no right there. So the only thing you can do is know yourself, and how you operate is how you move. It's not even about Freemasonry and all that. Come to find out, I used to be hard on that until you learn wisdom after a while. These still people. All this is just labels. Freemasonry, religion, these people are still people. You know what I mean? So this is why people be like, well, I should separate myself from religious people. These are still people. You know what I'm saying? Regardless. They just on a lower frequency, but the thing is, you still don't do no harsh judgment or judging these people like that. Cause we don't operate like that. When you're on the spiritual realm, you don't operate like that. All that judging people, you let them do what they do. But a lot of them like to come at you, so now you got to bat them down with truth, and that kill their whole flow. You see? So the greatest relationship is with the divine spirit. This is the greatest relationship is your one-on-one with the divine. This is the greatest relationship. So don't let nobody tell you nothing different, beautiful people. There's no relationship like the divine. Feeling that soul glow, feeling that divine flow, that Asarian inside you, living in the Ma'adian world, just moving and grooving, with the Haru mind, stuff like that there. Your Setian nature putting in check, using Setian for warrior tactics against other things that's bigger than you, me, him, and her. You know what I'm saying? Use Setian to protect your energy, stuff like that there. And so, don't get it wrong. The opposite force is part of who you are, but it's used for stuff when it comes to standing strong, when it comes to battle, when it comes to rebelling against certain things where you need that strength to rebel. So, but it's Haru who gonna help you get through there, and our coach. So with that being said, you gotta understand that the only relationship is not your family, not your girlfriend, not your boyfriend, not your husband, not your wife, not your kids. Your kids, of course, all this is relationship, but I'm talking the greatest relationship is with the divine. There's no relationship like the divine. So once you talk about the divine spirit within your being, within you, this will help you. They be like, how is that? How you gonna put the divine before my kids, before my wife? See, what you didn't understand, when I say divine, the great relationship with divine, I mean you got the great relationship with everyone and everything. You see? This how it works. If you got a great relationship with divine, you got a great relationship with your mother, your brother, your sister, your daddy, with everyone. You see? That's the part that they didn't give me a chance to say, but now I'm saying it right now. I'm saying it right now. So when I don't never separate, we don't separate ourselves from anything. And so when I say the greater relationship is with the divine, a lot of people panic. You mean tell me my kids? How in the world is greater than my kids? How in the world is greater than my mom, my daddy? How in the world is greater than my husband or than my wife? Because if you got a great relationship with the divine, you got a great relationship with your kids, with your mother, with them too. You don't separate them. They part of the divine, you see? It seems like a trick. Because a lot of you first thing people go to thinking like, huh? What is he talking about? But now you understand I'm talking about oneness, you see? So this is how it operates. Spiritual realm operate. I'm part of you. I'm part of him. I'm part of her. You got to be part of the source so you can be connected to everything, you see? Without the source, you can't. It's hard to be connected with your family, with your kids, to understand them, because you might want to criticize them. And so once you think about the divine, you show pure love all around you. And that's why they say self-love, not selfish love, but self-love. Once you love yourself, you love everyone and everything around you. You know how to love people. If you don't know how to love people, how you gonna try to love me? You don't know how to love me. And that's what's going on in the world. How you gonna counsel me and guide me? You can't even counsel yourself. You going through stuff and you trying to counsel me. See, a lot of people do that. They go through things, try to help others, but they can't fully give you the full help if they don't heal themselves, you see? So we have to understand that the way the spirit works is that numbers, symbols, words, colors, sounds, all play a part of messages that we receive from the divine. I mean, even through other people, you see? This is how it works. This is how the divine works. Sometimes your message don't come from you. It comes from somewhere else, which is numbers, symbols, signs, other peoples. You might see 3 sevens that have a meaning. Everything has a meaning, you see? And then you got the answers. Might be a color you see. And let you know, if you see the color green, might mean healing. You gonna prosper, stuff like that, So this how the divine work. Once you get in tune with it, this is no fantasy. I'm gonna say this again. This is no fantasy. This is real. When we say real life, the only thing that is real life is spirit. This right here is illusion because it's temporary. It seems like it's real because it's illusion. Illusion makes everything seem real. That's just like when these dudes get on the internet and they chop down one brother, somebody else come in and talk about it, create another illusion. They keep creating illusions all around the same situation to make it worse, to lead to killing, to lead somebody dying. They keep creating illusions all around it. You know what I mean? One truth will kill that illusion, though. You see, all they had to do, don't say nothing. If people don't say nothing, like when something happens to somebody in like, they report it one time, nobody else report, nobody else say nothing, it'll die out. You see what I'm saying? But they keep creating illusions. Illusions is what rule this world and this earthly world. When they say you're born in sin, I can agree to the part that you're born in the material world. Sin is material. But as a sinner, no, I'm not a sinner. Born in sin, I mean I'm born in the world. So in this world is full of illusions. People create illusions. And these stories be illusions. And so people create and narrate these stories And if it's not the ultimate truth with the spirit or divine, it's not going to be real, you see? And you be saying, I should get back. That's not even real. At the end of the day, only those can feel what I'm saying. Only those with advanced spirit can feel what I'm saying. But after a while, those who seek to learn it, they will get it, you see? And so, it's an illusion. Because we here temporary in this earthly body, you see? It's an illusion. That's what I mean by illusion is not permanent. The only thing that's permanent is energy, spirit. Energy. That's permanent. It changed form, different degrees, different levels. You see? Now you understand. That's the ultimate truth. So in this world here, it's a duality. You can't have one without the other. Just like with illusion, you can't have illusion without the truth. See what I'm saying? So with that being said, I want you to share and rewind this video because this is very sacred. I know this is powerful stuff. You know what I mean? But I've been doing it for some years now. Very powerful. And so it's a proven fact that spirituality is a healer. It's a proven fact. A proven fact. I've been through religion. You know, every family, black family, especially in America, done been through religion. It don't matter if it's Muslim, Islam, or Christianity. We've been through it. I mean, what people didn't know, they've been fooling people thinking that it's about separating them from the source while they practice metaphysics. Those who over it practicing metaphysics on the low. So when they say Jesus in the Bible, they talking about something like the higher mind, the consciousness, you see? That's why they say Christ. Christ means consciousness. And they speaking astrology and all numerology, all that stuff in there that they didn't tell people about what they speaking about in the Bible. They talking about the energy vortex, the chakras, when they see the sevens and stuff. So they didn't tell people all that there. And the 33 vertebrates and stuff like that. You see, they didn't tell people all that in the Bible, you see? Because they just want people to believe in something, give them something to believe in without facts, without knowing what these books is about. All them books is metaphysics. But so it was only designed for people to speak in code. They use these books to speak in codes. So people get under Christianity, but they're speaking in code, calling out numbers. They might call a chapter, but the Freemasonic people know about it, you know what I'm saying? But those who part of that clique, they know about it. Or that organization, they know about it, what it means. You don't. You think, oh, okay. They talking about this Bible verse. You feeling high in the spirit of their energy. You know what I'm saying? You don't know that you into their energy. But anyway, now we know today. We know all these things. A lot of people are awoke. You know what I'm saying? So there's no reason for nobody to fall back down. I done seen people say they're spiritual and they went straight back to what? Religion. How in the world you go back right back to something that already treat you bad? It's because they didn't understand spirituality. I understand why. Because they didn't understand spirituality. They thought it was gonna be like religion. So that's why many people leave. You can't leave spirituality though. That's the thing that they fail to realize. They think they leave spirituality because everything is spiritual. Everything is energy. How in the world you gonna leave spirituality? I done heard somebody talk, they left commit spirituality. If you black and you spiritual, no matter if you spiritual or not, if you living, because spirituality also means living, your lifestyle, the way you live. So you spiritual anyway. You're born with a spirit, you know. So they don't know that, you know. Everybody really is spiritual. It's just that people don't activate their powers. This block due to man-made laws and decisions. Everybody really is spiritual. So when people say they're spiritual, but the thing is, you can't be spiritual and religion. You gotta have one. You got to stick to one. Because if you try that, it's gonna be confusion. Any confusion will cause chaos. Because confusion. You don't know what is what. You go here, you go there, you move there. You want to be spiritual? You want to be religious? No, you are spiritual, first of all. Anyway. So the thing is, you have to exit that religion because it's going to take you out your spiritual state. You're not free. You're in a box. So you got to get out that box. So that's why a lot of people can't make it. That's why they can't make it, because they're thinking that spirituality is like religion, and it's the opposite. It's the whole opposite. And they told you that it was bad, but it's not bad. It's good. Everything that they done told you that they made movies about or made cartoons about, or we understand that's a lie. Everything is a lie that we had to correct. Nobody never saying that schools ain't good. Schools is good. It's good to learn knowledge on every level. See what I'm saying? Even on a lower level, because it teaches survival, how to survive. If you know about school, you know how to utilize it to your advantage. And so everything can be utilized for the greater good. Even those who were religion, you know what I'm saying, you can utilize that for the greater good, you know, because you know about that, you know what I'm saying? So you can turn, in this show that we turn everything into beauty, to joy. And some people just can't reach and can't grip the metaphysical or the spiritual aspects of life, so they had to be stuck on the grounded level of religion. That's cool though, if that's their, if they need that. Sometimes I prefer for some people to do that than to kill each other. If it would take them to be religion to stop them from killing each other, okay, but it's still gonna go through it though, you know. So sooner or later they're gonna have to become spiritual. They're gonna be cool for a minute. See, religion had them cool for a minute, and then you catch mood swings. I was like that. You go through it, you know. You go through it over and over and over. But when you're spiritual, you don't go through it. You have inner peace for real. I'm talking about real happiness. A lot of people want that happiness. They want that joy that you got. They want that same happiness. They want that same joy that you got. And a lot of people get mad because they can't steal your joy. So they try things, but they know that don't work because you crush their spirit just by smiling, you know. So a lot of people want your joy. They want your happiness. If they say foolish stuff, understand that it's their problem. They're their own problem. When people say foul stuff, they call you ugly. They call you names. It's their problem. I'm out of here, beautiful people. I love y'all.